So today I'm talking about a Honda with the P0139 code, what it is and how you go about fixing it. So what is a Honda P0139 code? Well, it's an O2 sensor circuit slow response bank 1 sensor 2. And what does this mean? Well, the onboard computer uses different sensors and how much oxygen is going into the engine and how much is coming out. And the O2 sensors show how much is being burned off and going out. And it's seeing an issue with one of these. And bank 1 is always the side of the engine with the number 1 cylinder. So if you happen to have a V6 engine, then you just look for the number 1 spark plug, and that'd be bank 1. And sensor 2 is going to be the downstream oxygen sensor. And some possible causes of this could be a faulty oxygen sensor, it could be in the wiring, it could possibly be a leak in the exhaust system, and in some cases, if the engine's running too rich, it could foul these sensors out. Although usually if that's happening, you'll be getting other error codes that will point to some problems in the engine. And so the main cause of this is going to be the oxygen sensor, and there's going to be 2 of them. There's going to be an upstream oxygen sensor, which is before the catalytic converter, and a downstream oxygen sensor, which is after the catalytic converter. And it's this second one, or this downstream oxygen sensor, that the onboard computer is seeing an issue with. And so when you get this error, the first thing to do is to go check out this wiring. Be sure this wiring looks good. Any bad connections, any open shorts, anything like this can cause the same issues as a bad sensor. So you want to check out that wiring, be sure that wiring looks good. And also keep in mind that the O2 sensors are on a fuse and sometimes a relay. And it can vary how they're labeled. The fuse and the relay for them is usually inside the engine compartment when you pop open the hood, although sometimes it could be under the dash. It's usually inside of the engine compartment. And it'll be labeled something like AF heater or something along these lines. It'll be different. It'll depend on the year and the Honda type. Just keep in mind that those are on a fuse and a relay. And so if the wiring all looks good and there's no issues there, then it'd be time to just go ahead and swap out the sensor. And I'll jump over on Amazon and give you an idea how much they're costing right now. They're ranging around $40, $50. And while the onboard computer is pointing to that second sensor, most people would also go ahead and just swap out both sensors, since the other one's probably getting ready to fail. But for sure, that second one will need to be swapped out. And so they're ranging around $50 to $100 on Amazon. So they're not super high cost parts or anything. And so what do you do if you have a Honda with the P0139 code? Well, the first thing to do is find the downstream oxygen sensor located on your particular Honda, the second one after the catalytic converter. Once you find the second oxygen sensor, check out the wiring. Be sure to check out the wiring harness. Be sure nothing's come up underneath the car and ripped it or anything along these lines. And also keep in mind that it's on a fuse and a relay and all of this. But basically, just remember that if anything goes wrong with the wiring, it could cause the same symptoms as a bad sensor. And so if the wiring looks okay, just go ahead and swap out that sensor. It'll be the second one. Most people would swap out both, but you definitely need to swap out the second one. And after you do that, you should be able to clear the code, and that should solve the issue. And so that's basically it. I just want to do a real quick video on how you go about fixing a Honda with the P0139 code. If you have anything to add, please comment down below. If you have any questions, ask me and I'll try to answer them. If this video helps you, please click like, please click subscribe, and have a good day.